Vladimir Putin is in China today for a state visit, his second trip there in just over 6 months. The Russian president sitting down with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Putin was greeted with full military honors at the Great Hall of the People, the massive seat of the ceremonial legislature in the heart of Beijing. China, of course, is an economic lifeline for Russia after it was hit by unprecedented sanctions from the West over its war in Ukraine. Well, we're going to talk more about this meeting today with France 24's chief foreign editor, Rob Parsons, who joins me on set. Rob, let's start with Russia. What would be the best case scenario for Russia coming out of these talks?
Well, I mean, already looking at the way he was greeted by Xi Jinping, that's enormous for Vladimir Putin. You mentioned this is his second visit in 6 months. It's also his 19th since he first became president of Russia in 2000, and the 43rd time that the two men have actually met. So that tells you just how important this relationship is to Vladimir Putin personally, particularly at a time when in many countries around the world at the moment he's regarded as a pariah. He's wanted by the International Criminal Court. There's a warrant out for his arrest. If he goes to some countries, he will be arrested. For instance, he was due to go to South Africa for a BRICS conference there, and he had to cancel it because there was a risk, since South Africa is a member of the International Criminal Court, that he could get arrested there. So for him to be able to go to China and to be greeted in this way, for him it means an awful lot. And it is a relationship. We have to say it's more than just the frills and everything that goes with it. This is a very substantial relationship. The two men see eye to eye on a lot of things, particularly the relationship with the United States. But it's also very substantial as well. One of the big criticisms made of China, when Antony Blinken was in China just a couple of weeks ago or so, was that China is supplying the Russian Defense Ministry with the second-use materials that allow it to get around sanctions from the West and allow its defense industry produce the rockets and tanks and everything else, using ball bearings that come from China, for instance, to get around those sanctions and to fight the war against Ukraine. So that gives you an idea just how important it is. There's a downside to it as well, because there's no doubt that in this relationship between Russia and China, Russia is very much the junior partner, and Russia's not really used to that. For centuries, it's been the other way. A couple of hundred years, it's been the other way around. In more recent terms, since the creation of the People's Republic of China in the early decades, there's no doubt that Russia was the big brother. Not anymore.
Right. So given that, what's China hoping to get out of this meeting?
Well, for China, pretty much the same in many respects. But, it's also the solidity that comes with being allying with a country as big as Russia. The world's biggest country stretches from the Pacific Ocean right across to the Baltic Sea, and one of the biggest armies in the world. So put those two countries together, China, the second most powerful country in the world, one of the fastest growing economy, plus Russia with its population, its size, the raw materials it's providing and so on, and the market, remember, that Russia is providing, particularly now with sanctions coming from the West. It's a huge opportunity for China, and they're exploiting it. Trade has gone up by 64% between 2021 2023 to 240 billion. Exports, rather than just trade. So that tells you why it's important for China. And also, the Chinese like the fact that they've got the upper hand. They dictate the direction in which this relationship moves.
All right, Rob, thanks for that. France 24's Rob Parsons.